busy day, and we are in Rio de Janeiro, and we are going to go see Christ the Redeemer. There's already another cruise ship in here. I think we saw two more sitting just outside of the harbor entrance waiting to come in, and it's going to be crowded. I think they said there's going to be like 3 million people on the beach tonight. We will be on our ship, anchored in the harbor, watching the fireworks. As in all our stops, we are greeted by a band of dancers when we got off the ship. I always enjoy seeing the local graffiti artwork as we drive through these South American towns. Rio de Janeiro has more than its fair share. And we also went through this poorer section of town, and I marveled at the way they built these homes and apartments on the side of the hill. It was fascinating to watch. To get to Christ the Redeemer statue, you have to take this train. Here we are. We were waiting for the train to come down the mountain. It picked us up, and soon it had us on our way up the mountain. It's about a 25-30 minute ride. On our way up the mountain, we passed through the Chizuka National Park. As I understand it from the signs we read, this park was enforced, was man-made. It was planted to replace the forest that was destroyed about 100 years ago. The higher we went on the mountain, the greater the view was of the city below. When we got there, you have the choice of taking an elevator or walking. We decided to walk the almost 300 steps up the top. And again, as you get higher and higher, the view gets better and better. And then at the very top, well, here you can see the backside of Christ the Redeemer. And then the last little section, you take an escalator up. Christ the Redeemer statue is about 125 feet tall. His arms stretch out 92 feet. And the statue itself, which is made out of reinforced concrete covered with soapstone tiles, weighs about 700 tons. This little chapel is on the inside of the statue, and the blue ceiling kind of reminded me of the immensity of the Lord's creations. Christ the Redeemer statue is the largest statue of its type in the world, which is why it's considered one of the 7 wonders of the world. It's an awesome thing to behold as you sit there and look at this beautiful statue. If you want to know how crowded it was, take a look at the lower viewing platform and the crowd there. You just barely had room to squeeze by everybody, but you got a very good view from that lower section. All too soon, it was time to head back down the mountain, and so down the escalator we went, and then onto the train, and our 25-30 minute ride back down to the station. And what would a shore excursion be without another restaurant and another churrascaria, I think that's how you pronounce it, restaurant, where they just bring meat and more meat And if they don't bring the food fast enough, you go to the buffet line and get your own and fill up with that. But then they keep bringing more and more meat. I'm not sure what I was filming here, but I think it was trying to hide all this meat under the table so I didn't have to eat it all. So we have just finished our meal, and once again they just kept bringing meat and meat and meat, a little chicken and more meat. But I didn't overstuff myself this time. The restaurant had a beautiful view right on the beach with Sugarloaf Mountain right behind it. If it looks familiar, that's where James Bond was filmed, in Moonraker. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to Around the World in 274 Days. Our next stop will be Montevideo in Uruguay. Be sure to catch that video as well. Thanks for watching.